Hi, hello. How are you doing, William?
Hey man, how you doing?
Awesome. Thank you for chatting with me for a quick second.
Yeah,
Congratulations on, the series coming out and everything that you have going on.
thanks. Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
I know. So how are you feeling?
It's a really crazy time. I think it's just like, we're in the midst of this pandemic and kind of coming out of it and to have so many things sort of happening in the midst of all this, it's really sort of a weird like it's like a whiplash of a sort, where it's just
Right.
like everything feels sort of heavy and then there's also moments like this where it's like we're finally putting something into the world that I hope people watch and are affected by
Right.
and so it's just a really odd time.
Yeah, it's definitely you mentioned being affected by. I wanted to know what was preparation like for you taking on such a heavy role mentally, and being able to leave set and feeling okay.
Well, I think that our cast, we bonded really fast. Um, from everyone in the background to day players to recurs to our regulars. I mean, it was just like everyone really bonded,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of play and a lot of lightness in between takes because I think that when we're dealing with something so heavy, you need to just shake that off.
Yeah.
And and if it doesn't really sacrifice the scene and the truth of the moment, it was something that was encouraged and something that we did quite often. And then we also spent a lot of time hanging out. We would hang out on the weekend. We would go bowling, go to Top Golf, and sing karaoke. I mean, we do all sorts of stuff just to cut loose
Yeah.
together.
Right.
And so that was like, I mean, it would be just fun, but in this case, I feel like it was like a lot of fun. I couldn't wait to do it, but it was also really necessary.
Yeah. And why was this role so important for you to take, seeing that there's so much backlash that goes on when a project like this goes out? Why do you think that was still important of a role to kind of take on and tell this story?
Well, I think that I wanted to I wanted to be a part of something that I felt would push the conversation forward in certain ways, just because I think that something that feels very unique about this story is that it's about resistance rather than endurance, and so there's a power to that I find very very cathartic and very inspiring, and so I did feel like it was important, and I just wanted the conversation to move in a way, and I wanted to be a part of that, and also this is the way that the only way that I know how to contribute to provoking uncomfortable conversations and tough subject matter and making people deal with it. I'm not the person that can lead a resistance in real life or anything like that. That's not me, but I can be a part of a story that sort of inspires people to really think about who they would have been and who they are in this moment, and that's what I wanted to do, and that's why I wanted to be a part of the story so badly.
That's amazing. Now, what do you hope audiences take away from your character and the series when it's all said and done?
Well, as far as the series goes, I think I want people to question themselves, and I want them to question their surroundings and what they're doing in this moment, and how that is analogous to characters that they see in this piece. Um, and I think that I as far as Royal, I really want people to just see a man ahead of his time,
Yeah.
and how normal he actually feels. It's like there was a time where I mean, like essentially, this is a man who is living outside of the law in a lot of ways, but there's nothing wrong in what he's doing. And so, what is that?
Yeah.
What are the ways? Where are blind spots now where we have things that we just like, you know, this is the way it is, but we all kind of know that the way it is not right.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm hoping people take away from the character of Royal, is that like this is a man that's living outside the law and ahead of his time, and like how can a man like that ever be in danger or ever be outside of the law in any way, you know?
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I know we have to wrap it up now, but I do wish you luck and I wish this a serious success. Thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.